And we're back. Kata thoughts part 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay? You can use 2 hands for this too. Boom, 3. How does he do that? So, on a serious note, talking about thoughts on kata and the way that kata's done and what you're thinking about while you're doing it. We covered a few things, but wanted to give you some examples and thought processes. Okay, so a kata is a puzzle. It can be, the move may be your opponent's move. When you have a closed fist, are you punching, are you grabbing? The move may be a transition between moves. The move may be represented backwards instead of forwards in the kata. Okay, and we'll give some examples of this here in a minute. So, quick story. Tashi, Jim Logue, and I, we attended a summer camp, Little Okinawa, for many, many years. And he was teaching a class for the Godans and above. And during this class, we started asking about different kata techniques and what they were. So, please. So anyway, Sandan, French Sandan, okay. So he asked, he says, okay, what is this move representing in the kata? And the gentleman said, well, I'm covering up this pressure point so you can't hit it. And he goes, what, you don't have one over here? Okay, so this move, okay, and open here, okay. So he asked again, he said, okay, well, what does this move represent in the kata? And another gentleman says, well, I'm covering up my fist so you can't see it. And he said, what, it's not on the end of your arm? So these are a couple of examples, and I'll give you one more. I attended a belt test one time, a couple of young ladies testing for neon, and it was a really rough test. So I asked one of the girls during this test, because what she was doing was she was picking her hand up, like putting it on her ear, turning, and then blocking down. Everything was really choppy, and the body wasn't moving with the arm wasn't moving with the body. It was just covered up, like touching her ear, and then just doing this. So I asked her what she was doing. So do this motion for me. And she said, well, I'm covering up my ear so you can't hit it, so it doesn't hurt. And I'm going, okay, I didn't do that to her, but I'm going, what's the purpose of drawing back this way, having this hand up here before you go down? So a quick demonstration of what I'm talking about, and we're going to get into a couple of other things, is, okay, if I turn my body, okay, if I'm in my kata, okay, and I go here, okay, so I'm not going 1, 2, I'm not doing that, okay, I'm driving straight through, okay, putting your body weight into the technique and whatnot, okay. If I draw back and do this, that's one thing, okay, but if my whole body is into the technique, okay, it's different. I'm applying my 160 pounds into my strike rather than just my arm, okay? So I wanted to take a look at some of the thought processes, just a few kata applications, okay, and we'll get into more kata applications later on. But we look at moves like, what is this motion here? Okay, or this motion, or this motion, or this motion. Okay, I've heard it said that you have a head here. Okay, that may be true, you might, okay. He is 6'1", all right. So now I gotta go, all right, bend down for me, yeah. Okay. So now I have to get his head in this position. okay? Which I may be able to do with other techniques or whatnot. However, what else could be going on here? Okay, if he, okay. So if he's punching, okay, now here's an outward motion too. What am I doing here? Outward motion, grabbing, going down this way. Okay, so now instead of his head, I have his arm. Okay? All right? Looking at, looking at the in-between motion here. Okay? So, he throws a punch where I can go boom, 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 whatever, or I can wrap and go this way. Okay? Different things. If he throws punches, boom, I can strike this way. Now I can do my strike here. Okay? Or here, it doesn't really matter. So, let's go back just a minute and take a look at a couple of things, okay? You have to ask yourself these questions when you're doing your kata, all right? So I have this transition motion here, okay, in which I'm stepping in and out, okay? What does that represent? Don't forget about, kachi, don't forget about your lower body, because, he throws a punch kick, I'm moving this way, see, now I'm here, okay? I can translate that into a kick, kicking the back leg, kicking the front leg. I can kick, boom, come back off this way. Okay, there's things that you can do there. So, am I being grabbed from behind, or is it a technique from the front? Okay. Am I covering up the fist? Okay. Take a look at this motion here in kata. Okay, so he throws a punch, This could just be simple as me doing this. Okay? But watch what happens here, okay? Now this is my pulling hand. This is my other hand. Boom. Okay? So rather than going here, strike, now I went here. Okay, different thought process. When I'm striking him, am I striking, boom, here, hit to open up, or am I striking, boom, here? Okay, the same motion. So these are some of the things that you ask yourself when you're doing your kata. What am I doing? The gate double block, okay? Double block, right? I'm in the same position, right? Okay. Here's what I don't want to do though. Okay, go down with me. Just go down with me. Okay. Because I see a lot of people, they do this. They go, oh, I got you. And I'm in this position, and I got you. Okay, stand up. I bent down with him for one thing. I'm trying to fight this. I can't fight this. Okay. So my idea is, strike, boom. Now, I'm doing this motion here, which snaps his arm. One of my guys' favorite techniques, this one right here, how are we interpreting that? I'm going to give you an example of this, then we're going to talk about one more little thing. Okay? So, we're back to different ways that these motions can be used, okay? So he punches, okay? Strike, okay? So I can go, boom. So I'm going, hey, boom, hit. Here's my shoot toe, basically, okay? But, okay, so open hand, push, nice and, okay? What if I go this way, okay? And I combine it with the next motion in Kinon. Knee on. Now wait, watch what happens here. Is I'm going back to this position. Okay? So I went across, nice and slow and easy. Boom. I went across, okay? Now I want you to pay particularly close attention to this. Okay, resist. Oh, he's holding up my body weight with one arm. What did I do wrong? Why is this not working? Okay, these are questions. This is more of a feel thing. I would have trouble explaining it. I don't know how to explain things sometimes. You just do them. Okay. So now I've got this here. Okay, so apparently I did something right. Now I come back. Now watch the wrap. I don't have to. I can go here. We're being easy. But I can also put my hand up here and wrap. And then, like one Major Perry says, all you got to do is point. Okay? One more quick thing I want to get into is I've heard that, well, a couple of quick things, okay? You have 3 steps forward in your kata. Okay, you got, 1, 2, 3, okay. But what if I go 1, my left leg's forward, 2, now my right leg's forward, that's also a step. 3, I step back, that's also a step. I wind back up with my left leg forward. Each, knee, song, left, right, left, okay? Here's something else I want you to consider though. Sometimes it's been said that a kata technique is right if it works on everybody. I will disagree with that. I don't agree with that 100%, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. So, okay, it's not affecting him. Okay, so switch places, please. Thank you. It affects him tremendously. A technique may not always work on every individual. I watched a video one time where a grand master of this society that has several grandmasters posted a video, and he said, I'm going to show you how to make techniques work with a very flexible person. And the gentleman that he said, well, I don't have a flexible person, so I'm just going to use him. And I'm going, huh. You use a very stiff, very strong guy to show how to use a technique against a very flexible person. Now, most of you probably know Christian, my son. He's flexible. He's also very strong. His best friend / brother, or whatever you want to call it, Robert, is also extremely flexible. He can take his fingers and move them back here. So you go, how do you make these techniques work on them? I will be the first to say, sometimes you may not. And you might have to change something. A lot of times, so just grab it. Okay, a lot of times, strength, okay, plays a factor in the way that people do the techniques, and they teach this, and they go, see there, see how I got them? Sometimes they don't move their feet. And I go, okay. Now, if I stand in front of him, he's going to punch me in the face, right? For one thing. 2, he's strong. Strong here, strong, okay? I'm going to take away his strength. And I'm going to use my body, okay? And then there's a lot of people that go ahead, resist. Okay, they fight, and I go, no, don't fight, okay? So, with all that being said, analyze your kata, look at your kata. What you think is a high strike might be a low strike, okay? I don't necessarily have to do this. I can hit him this way as well, okay? I can hit him this way, or I can hit him this way, okay? What am I doing here or here? Is he grabbing me from behind. Okay? And then I work off of this. Do something off of this. Okay? Or, you know, just throws a punch or whatever, you know, and I go, boom, boom, or hit him this way. Or he grabs my arm. Okay? Then this technique becomes this. Okay? So, what are you doing in your kata? Thank you so much. I've already got so much stuff. We'll see you next time.黙って稽古.